And welcome back. When we went off the air last night, the Stampede and Sioux City were just starting the second overtime of their playoff game. As it turned out, they were just getting started with what would be one of the longest and wildest games in USHL history. Zach Borg was there for all of it and recaps the game winner.
After 120 minutes of hockey, the Stampede themselves were thinking the same thing their fans were.
Yeah, when it comes to the fourth overtime, you just don't think it's ever going to end.
At about a quarter after midnight, it finally did.
Swankler, back hit, he scores! Stampede wins!
The D was getting back a little slow, so I thought I could get past him, was able to angle him off and one-handed into the net.
And the game that would not end has come to an end.
Finishing off a two-game sweep of the Musketeers took 122 minutes and 57 seconds, the longest game in Stampede history and just 3 minutes shy of the all-time USHL record. Add in the intermissions, and it was a 5-hour and 8-minute affair which featured a combined 93 shots on goal.
This is the longest game I've been involved at in college or in junior. And the thing about this game was that there were good plays being made. There were great scoring chances. There were power plays. There was all kinds of things going on. It wasn't just two really tired teams just stumbling around.
I'm going to be honest, when we were in the locker room and stuff, everybody kept their momentum and energy up. Nobody was really tired, to be honest. Stauber kept us in it, and we got a push at the end and was able to bury the puck.
And the Herd think that winning the marathon can give them confidence moving forward.
That was a great character win for our team, and to finish it in that kind of fashion in front of the fans that so just so happened to stay there for it all. It was an unbelievable feeling, and we're going to take that momentum into the next series for sure.
To outlast anyone. Zach Borg, KDLT Sports.
Wow. With that, the Stampede move on to face Waterloo in the Western Conference Finals. It starts tomorrow night. Now, had they played tonight, that first game would have been Saturday, just to let you know. That would have been crazy to make them travel all day tomorrow and then play, but that's what they're going to do. They stayed home today. Game 1 is tomorrow night. Game 2 is Saturday night. Games 3 and 4 back here next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, and Game 5 would be back in Waterloo if necessary. Now, speaking of hockey, the Aberdeen Wings have a chance to sweep the Austin Bruins Friday night in the North American Hockey League playoffs. The Wings have won the first 2 games of the series after dominating the Bruins in the regular season. One game was 2-1, the other was 6-2. But this is playoff hockey, and the games have been pretty close. The winner advances to the division championship, and the winner of that makes the Robertson Cup Final Four in Blaine, Minnesota. Scott Langer thinks that long win streak during the regular season is going to help his team's confidence.
A third of our season was basically all won in a row. That's pretty tough to do. It's and for this group to win so many games, so many different ways, I think at the end of the year that's going to come into play.
The Wings had a sensational regular season with 97 points, including the 19-game win streak Scott Langer was talking about. They hope that momentum leads to a spot in the Final Four. Well, a little over 2 weeks after our South Dakota State's top returning scorer, David Jenkins Jr., announced that he was looking into transferring, it appears as though the USD men might also lose their best player as well. Stanley Amude announced via Twitter this afternoon that he's entered the transfer portal, meaning he will more than likely be leaving the Coyotes. Now, he sat out most of his freshman year. Amude emerged as a super sophomore last year, averaging 14 points a game, and he was named to the All-Summit League first team. If he transfers, just like Jenkins, he would be able to use his redshirt year to sit out and then have 2 years of eligibility remaining. A couple of scores from today. Concordia takes 2 from Northwestern in baseball. In golf, in the Harrisburg Invite, that was won by a Gorman by 30 shots. Jenna Sutcliffe was your medalist. And after day 1 of the Dort Invite, Northwestern's in 3rd place, Dakota Wesleyan in 4th, and then Dort, there's Kate Winia. She's in 11th place, shot an 80 today. Clark native Kim Kaufman had some extra fun in the first round of the Lottie Championship in Hawaii yesterday. She recorded her first ace on tour and finished the day 1 under par. Nelly Korda, who won the Symetra Tour event at Willow Run, held the first round lead at 9 under par. Let's check the scoreboard. She's 13 under now and leading. And Kim birdied 17 to go 1 under. That's the projected cut, so it looks like she's going to make it. That was her 5th hole-in-one of her career. And finally, the Twins and Blue Jays played this afternoon. Lindsey Whalen, the all-time great Gopher player with and great Minnesota Lynx, throwing out the first pitch. And they should have let her pitch, as Mr. Pineda, who'd been good before today, wasn't very good today. Smoked one, and the Blue Jays go on to win. That was a bases clearing double right there. Blue Jays win at 7-4. They take 3 out of 4 in that series. And that's sports. We'll all be right back.